And good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. It is Sunday, June 9th, 2024, about 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and the National Weather Service, actually the Storm Prediction Center at Norman, Oklahoma, has just issued a severe thunderstorm watch. The watch is in effect until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning Central Time. And so we thought we would jump in and tell you what's going on out there right now and give you the options of what may be to come as we go throughout the rest of this evening. You see the latest graphic there on the screen. This is the timing, and we're looking at the possibility of damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour and some potentially isolated areas of very large hail. I'll read you the complete text of the watch here in just a few moments from the Storm Prediction Center. And this graphic was actually made prior to the new thunderstorm watch that we just received. They'll update this in just a few moments, but I think the timing is still pretty good, and I think the threat level looks pretty good still as well, with most of East Alabama and West Georgia still remaining in a marginal risk category. That's a 1 out of 5, 1 being the lowest risk. I think there's a decent chance we will see scattered thunderstorms, and some of them will be on the strong to severe side, but I don't think we're looking at widespread severe, and I'll explain that to you as we go throughout this weather update. So let's go take a look at the latest radar, and this is scanning from, it's showing all of the southeastern United States, and let's just go ahead and take that full screen. And you can see the areas in orange are the areas that are covered by the severe thunderstorm watch. And that includes all of East Alabama. Does not make it into West Georgia just yet. But if the storms hold together, they could include West Georgia later on this evening. Right now, the severe thunderstorm watch really stops right there at the Alabama-Georgia state line. And we can see some strong thunderstorms up there around Tupelo, Mississippi. Now, if you joined me this morning when we did the primetime forecast, I told you that we would probably be looking at thunderstorms developing across North Mississippi, and that's just exactly what we have seen happen as we have a mesoscale system or a complex of thunderstorms beginning to get its act together across northern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and that will be working its way into central Alabama and east Alabama later on this evening. Take you a little bit closer, and you can see some big thunderstorms already blowing up in northwest Alabama. This is going to be just to the north, it's up there around Hamilton, Alabama. And then just inside the state of Mississippi, Nettleton, Mississippi, that is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for that area. And then multiple strong thunderstorms behind that. But it's been very hot today, so as these storms move into Alabama, they could intensify. And that being the reason why the National Storms Forecast Center has now issued a severe thunderstorm watch, which covers a good chunk of Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern, central, and eastern Alabama. And we'll go back up, and I'll just read the text of this watch to you. Severe thunderstorm watch for portions of central and northern Alabama, effective this Sunday night and early Monday morning from 6 p.m. through 1 a.m. Primary threats include scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to 2 inches in diameter. That is significant. Scattered thunderstorms, scattered damaging winds of up to 70 miles per hour will also be possible. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected to develop and move east across the watch area this evening and throughout the evening, with a risk of damaging wind gust and large hail. The severe thunderstorm watch area is approximately along and 50 statute miles north and south of a line, from 35 miles west of northwest of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to 30 miles southeast of Anniston, Alabama. And so that's kind of a the verbiage from the Storm Prediction Center. Remember, a severe thunderstorm watch means conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. Persons in these areas should be on the lookout for threatening weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Severe thunderstorms can and occasionally do produce tornadoes, sometimes without warning. So always keep that in mind as we go into a severe weather event. 2-inch in diameter hail, that's about the size of a hen egg. Now, I'm not really sure that's a good thing to use. Those of you who've been following me know that I just got into the chicken business, and I have one hen that lays, you know when she's laying an egg because she hollers. She lays an egg about twice the size of the rest of them. So, but I guess an average hen egg would be about the size we're talking about here, and in 2 inches. So here's what you should do. If you live in East Alabama, West Georgia, even if you're in Central Alabama, you got time. Make sure your automobile is under a carport, a garage. If you don't have either, then you're going to want to put something over your automobile. Just an old blanket that you don't use anymore will help soften the blow from hail if we were to get a thunderstorm over your neck of the woods. Piece of cardboard, stick cardboard on the windshield. I mean, that's better than nothing. So protect your automobiles. Get them indoors if you can. Put them under a shed. And try to get something on top of them. Even a tarp is better than absolutely nothing at all. So be sure you do that, just in case we were to get some of those big thunderstorms with hail move across your area. So again, now I'll come over to the chat room in just a few moments and see if anybody's got questions. But this is a brand new severe thunderstorm watch just issued by the by the Storm Prediction Center and confirmed by the National Weather Service in Birmingham for a large area of north central, west central, and east central Alabama. This watch goes until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're not going to do wall-to-wall coverage for you right now because there's no reason to, but if we start to see those storms intensify and start moving into central Alabama and east Alabama, of course, we will be back with full wall-to-wall coverage. Let's see here. What about Roanoke? There come the whatabouts. Good evening, whatabouts. Yeah, Roanoke's in East Alabama. You're under the watch, so there you go. What about Alpine, Alabama? Yep, same thing. You're under a severe thunderstorm watch. So just what I just said applies to you and anybody else. It's inside that orange flashing area there on the map. You're under a thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. There's nothing out there right now. We are watching a complex of thunderstorms, actually a couple of them, one in northwest Alabama, then one in central Arkansas. But we think storms will begin to develop as we go through the next couple of hours, maybe across the entire area. So can't tell you what about right now because there's nothing threatening you at the moment. Let's see. Valley, Alabama. Hey, Anita, good to see you. Corinth community. There's Dakota, Beverly Smith in Alexander City in the house. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, Matt, I'm actually in the process of putting together a What About t-shirt. It's going to have the Dr. Don logo on the front, and on the back it's going to say What About, and then it's going to have that county outline of the counties that we primarily cover, and then names of all the What About locations across East Alabama and West Georgia. I hope maybe by mid to late summer we'll have that t-shirt available for you. Going to be part of the What About Club. Sarah's watching us in Birmingham. Hello, Sarah. Thank you, Beverly. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. I'll be sure make sure you know about it when we get those things ready. Yeah, it's a hot one out there today, Cassie. Cassie is in Selma, Alabama. Dallas County. Yeah, we have a storm that has prompted a special weather statement. It has just popped up, and that's what I think we're going to see start to happen now across the area. These storms are just going to start popping up all over the screen. This one's up in northeast Alabama. It's just to the west of Fort Payne, south of Section, north of Geraldine. Weather Service putting out a special weather statement on that one. That's moving to the east, southeast. That may clip the northern part of Cherokee County. Not going to be a threat for East Alabama. I know, Kim, they don't teach that in school anymore. I mean, what has this world come to? They don't teach geography and the basic things you need in life. I mean, maybe some schools do, but overall, it's not taught the way it used to be. I mean, I vividly remember the day I had to write every county in the state of Alabama on a blank map. You had to write the name of every county, and you had to put it in the right spot, or you didn't pass. I remember that, and that's been a minute. I just don't think they do that anymore. Huntsville. Huntsville's okay right now. You got a storm, like I said, back towards Scottsboro and Fort Payne, but at the moment, there's nothing happening up there in the Rocket City. Even back off to your west, it's clear at the moment, but that will probably change over the next couple of hours or so. Hey, Joshua in Anniston. Wow, and that's sad. I mean, it's unfortunate for your daughter. I mean, it's not her fault, but I just don't understand why. I better be quiet. I might say some things I shouldn't say. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's sad. Heat index of 98 in LaGrange, Georgia. It is a hot one out there. If you were with me this morning, you know I did a live version of our primetime forecast. We were down yesterday. Our internet was down, and it was down again this morning, and I had to actually climb up on the tower this afternoon to do some work on it, and the higher I went on the tower, the hotter it got. Very hot out there. Well, Heflin, Alabama, get any bad weather? I can't tell you, Crimson. I can tell you that you're under a severe thunderstorm watch, and there certainly is that opportunity that you could get some severe weather a little bit later on. At the moment, there's nothing threatening Heflin, but these showers are popping up. We're into the hottest part of the day right now, and it's kind of like putting a pot of water on the stove. And you turn that thing on, you let it start boiling, and when it starts boiling, you see that steam coming off of it. That's what the thunderstorms are doing. They're beginning to develop and release energy. So, you could have a thunderstorm develop right on top of you any moment. Just because there's not one out there right now doesn't mean anything. Hey, Christy. Thank you. Again, if you're just joining us, we're on this afternoon due to a severe thunderstorm watch that's been issued by the Storm Prediction Center. Covers all of that area you see on the screen there in orange, and that goes out until 1 a.m. It does not cover West Georgia just yet. Yeah, it's clear, Crimson. It's clear in a lot of places. Just because it's clear doesn't mean you can't have a thunderstorm. It can get cloudy very quickly. And if you'll look there on the radar, I've got the satellite turned on. You can see the clouds really don't start until you get over there by those clusters of storms in northwest Alabama and back over in west Alabama. But you'll see this storm just south of Scottsboro. That wasn't there when we went on the air 15 minutes ago. It's already developed, and the Weather Service has already issued a special weather statement on it just in the last 15 minutes. That's how fast it can change. Just because there are no clouds, that doesn't mean a thing. That can you can go in the house and 5 minutes later come back out and look like a totally different world. Thank you, Matt. We've actually put a lot of work into that. I appreciate you pointing that out and saying that. We've really, really, really worked hard on getting the resolution where you guys can see it good. I know that most of you watch us on your smartphone, and that's awfully small. So we have done everything we can. I mean, we're bumping the limits of what social media will let us do to be able to get that resolution as high as we can so you can see, so it doesn't look blurry. Now, if you're at home, if you're sitting on your couch at home, I highly suggest that you get on your smart TV and go to the YouTube app on your smart TV and look us up on YouTube and watch us on YouTube. Now, once you get logged in and get us up on your screen, there is a gear cog in the lower right-hand corner. Click on that and change it from standard definition to high definition, and it will blow your mind. I mean, I've got our monitor up, watching it off on the other side of the studio, and the quality is just unbelievable. Yes, Chambers is in the severe thunderstorm watch. That would be that county just south of the word Roanoke right there on the screen, and you can see it's flashing orange. That's what that means. You are in that severe thunderstorm watch. Hey, Cecilia. Yeah, Mike, it does. There's no question. The quality is just phenomenal. But you got to do, the best thing to do, folks, if you don't have a YouTube, go get you a YouTube. It's free. Doesn't cost you a dime. And subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather. Click that little notification bell so that you get notified when we go live. Facebook doesn't always send you an immediate notification when we go live. If you don't interact with us on just about a daily basis, then we will fall off of your news feed. So if you're just got to do Facebook, make sure you like us and make sure you follow us on Facebook every single chance you get. That keeps us on your news feed. But I highly suggest you go over to YouTube, subscribe, it's free, and click the little notification bell, because you get a push notification from YouTube. You're not going to get that from Facebook. Their algorithm's totally different. So the best way to get notified when we go live is to go subscribe on YouTube, click the little bell, and then watch us on your smart TV inside your house, or at least on your tablet. The resolution's just much, much better. Well, we're under the watch now, so it could happen at any moment. But I think it's probably going to be another hour or two before we start to see storms pop, and everybody's not going to get one. I mean, chance you may not see a cloud the rest of the afternoon. But then again, you may. Is this a quick tornado spin-up scenario? Cassidy, anytime you have a thunderstorm, there's always that possibility. Anytime. If you have a thunderstorm, look, by definition, a storm is not a thunderstorm or severe thunderstorm unless it is rotating. Now, does that mean it's going to produce a tornado just because it's rotating? No, it does not. But anytime you have a rotating thunderstorm, there's always the possibility of a quick spin-up tornado. That's why I preach, if you are caught under a severe thunderstorm, treat it just like it's a tornado. Go to your safe place. What's that going to hurt? I mean, you may be going a little more often than you ordinarily would, but yeah, you get in good practice. So if the real thing ever happens, you'll be ready. Always treat severe thunderstorms just like they're tornadoes. Yeah, hit that like button. That's correct. It is free. They're moving northwest to southeast. Yes, Chambers County is in the severe thunderstorm watch. There's the map. Chambers is that county just below Roanoke, where it says Roanoke right there. That's Chambers County. And you can see Chambers County is in the orange. Hey, Matt, I'm glad I talked you into checking it out. It's good stuff. Matt says it's much better than the Weather Channel. And that's pretty ironic, Matt, because the Weather Channel studios are actually closer to you than I am. They're sitting on the north side of 285 in Atlanta, and I'm about 60 miles north of that. And I'm still bringing you a better signal. Thank you, Lisa. Corinth in the house. Hey, Joe. No, LB. West Georgia is not included in the watch at this time. Now, if the storms do develop, and if they start moving across Alabama, they start moving into East Alabama, and if they are severe, then Peachtree City will assess the situation and probably add West Georgia if they feel like it's necessary. Though we could see a pop-up storm at just about any time, right now, let me see if I can get the telestrator to cooperate, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hey, Kayla. Right now, the area of greatest interest for formation is going to be over here. But that entire area is moving in this general direction. So Atlanta is kind of taking the middle of the road here. Peachtree City's kind of playing a wait and see situation to see what develops, and if they got plenty of time to pull that trigger on West Georgia if they think it's necessary. So that's why West Georgia is not included. That doesn't mean that you're absolutely not going to have storms later on. It just means that Peachtree City's got time to look at West Georgia. Birmingham controls East Alabama, and they coordinated with the Storm Prediction Center and went ahead and issued that severe thunderstorm watch. Hey, Kelly Daniel, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. David's got watching us in Noonan, Georgia. Again, if you're just joining us, we're doing a little weather update for you. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a severe thunderstorm watch, which covers portions of north, central, west, and east Alabama. Also covers northern Mississippi and all the way back up into Arkansas. The Alabama portion of the watch goes until 1 a.m. on your Monday morning. So we are in here answering questions. Hey, Tracy and LaGrange, and talking to you about it for just a little bit. Joni's watching us in Bowden. I don't know, Cassidy. I mean, you don't have anything in the area right now. Storms could form at any time across Lee County. Again, the only known area of severe weather right now is going to be inside this circle. And this stuff is drifting off to the east, southeast, 25, 30, 40 miles per hour. So pretty good ways off. If this is the only formation we get, then Lee County may not see anything at all. Right now, you don't have anything threatening down there. Hit that like button. Sherelle says, hit that like button. I like it. Hit that like button. Smash it. And like us. Like us. Share us with your friends. Ask your friends to share with their friends. You realize if we only did that about 2 generations, how many people would be in here? It would be amazing. So you can be a hero, and all you're doing is getting the word out about severe weather by making sure people know we're on and talking about it. So share us. Share us with your friends. Ask your friends to share with their friends. And if you don't do anything else, folks, please go to YouTube and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather and click that little bell. That's the best thing you can do. And then you can watch us on your smart TV. And as you've already seen, there's several people in here. I didn't bring it up. They did. They're watching us on their smart TV, and it's phenomenal. The quality is incredible. So do that. So here's the plan. I will do periodic updates throughout the evening. And if we start getting into a severe event, then we'll stay with you and we'll do wall-to-wall coverage as long as necessary. At the moment, there's nothing threatening East Alabama or West Georgia. Let's go back up to the graphic. This is from the National Weather Service out of Birmingham. Let me check and see if they have put up a new one since the watch came out. Now, bear with me just a second. Because this was before the watch was issued. And I want to see if they've changed anything on that. No, that's still valid. That's the graphic they've got on their website, so that's good. And that kind of shows you the timing across East Alabama and, down into southeast Alabama from about Cherokee County down to Lee County. We're talking between 7 p.m. and about 2 a.m. All right, so here's a message from my good friend at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, David Nadler. And this is in the National Weather Service chat room, which goes out to all media and emergency management agencies across the state of Georgia. Nadler says, just a heads up for our partners over west central Georgia. Storm Prediction Center just issued a new severe thunderstorm watch for much of central Alabama that goes up to the Georgia state line. At this time, we're not anticipating another watch for any part of north and central Georgia. However, the storms that are firing over west central Alabama stand a chance to hold together as everything tracks east over the next several hours this evening. Folks west of I-75 and I-85 in west central Georgia should continue to keep a close watch and a close eye on things as we head through the evening hours. So again, that's David Nadler at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City telling the media and emergency management agencies, particularly across West Georgia, that he does not anticipate another watch that would cover west central Georgia. And I'm talking about places like Carrollton, Noonan, LaGrange, Franklin, even down into the Pine Mountain area. But some of those storms that are coming across central Alabama could stay pretty strong, and they could remain strong all the way into West Georgia. So that's the message coming from the National Weather Service office at Peachtree City for those of you that were asking earlier about West Georgia. Hey, Mickey Nord, thank you for watching us on the TV tube. Now you can see all the blemishes. And you can probably see that I need to shave. I read something not too long ago about people will interact with you much more, like 60% more often if you put up a live video shot when you're live on social media. If y'all have been following me from the beginning, you'll know I just started doing this like in the last 6 to 8 months. Prior to that, you never saw this mug. But actually, our numbers have gone up since I've started doing this. I guess you kind of like to see what's behind the voice. I don't know why, but our numbers have gone up since we started doing live video, camera shot. And but the bad side about that, and all the work we've done to get our resolution really high, is that you can now see lots of things you couldn't see before. Yeah, I just have to be real. Before I could jump out of bed and do the weather. Now I gotta get a little somewhat ready before we go live and before we do our forecast every morning. Hey, Sherelle Cunningham, I'm glad you found us as well. So, yeah, let me go back down to the radar again, and we'll show you what we're looking at. The closest severe weather right now is up here in northwest Alabama. And this is going to be a severe thunderstorm just north of Winfield, Alabama, and that is for a severe thunderstorm moving east at 15 miles per hour, 3/4 inch size hail, and gusty winds of about 60 miles per hour. And that's going to be for eastern Marion County of northwest Alabama. That one's probably going to end up moving on over to places like Lynn, Alabama. If it holds together, maybe Coleman, Jasper would be in that area. And that in West Alabama, we've got a thunderstorm north of Demopolis near Utah. That one right now, not severe. And that's it. I mean, we really don't have a whole lot going on. We got that one cell up there around Scottsboro that's headed toward Rome. Northeast Georgia, up here where I am, we do have a cell coming over the mountain. And that's going to be to the northeast of Helen. That's 356 right there that runs from Helen all the way back up toward Lake Burton, up there where Nick Saban's summer home is. So that's a strong thunderstorm clipping the northeast corner of White County. It's diving off to the east-southeast. So that's headed for Rabun County, maybe Tallulah Falls, back down toward Clarksville in Habersham County, and maybe eventually over here toward Toccoa. So heads up extreme northeast Georgia. Got a strong thunderstorm up there. We got a little shower trying to develop just to the west of Dahlonega as well. So there you go. That's what we're looking at, a severe thunderstorm watch now in effect until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning for all of East Alabama. Does not cover West Georgia at this time. And the Weather Service out of Peachtree City telling us they don't really expect to extend that watch any further to the east, but heads up, could be some strong thunderstorms in West Georgia later on. So we're going to continue to watch this for you offline. And if we start to see showers and thunderstorms moving into the area and we think it is becoming a safety issue, then we'll be back and we'll continue with our live coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather. So thank you for joining us. And again, we're going to be watching this for you. And we will update you as we get updates. And then once we think that it's time to go live and stay live. We'll be back with you here on Dr. Don's Weather. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. If we don't talk again, I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning on Dr. Don's Weather.